It's AllBall TV. You already know the motto. They scared, but I'm not. Gilbert Arenas, though, talked about making the game, speaking of tough, making the game tough again. And he wants the Euros gone. From
Please, do you have that clip loaded?
Yo, that sounds crazy.
Crazy.
The NBA took away aggression. Mm-hmm. They took away aggression to open up the Euro League. When they first started getting here, it was too rough for them.
Mm-hmm. And they didn't make it.
They didn't make it, right? Mm-hmm. So eventually, they softened the rules. They didn't soften the rules for the Americans. They softened the rules to open it up international. Yeah. So when they're saying the Euros is going to run the league in the next 5 years, why do you think that? More threes, pass and cut. This is not our league. This is not the American style. This is the Euro style. So, drive in, suck the defense in, pass the ball to the three-point line. It's the three-point shooting league because they're copying Euro style. Suns, right? Uh-huh. What was the biggest thing the Suns didn't do? Defense. Ole, let's go. Boom, let's go.
Yeah,
right?
7 seconds. 7 seconds.
Now, everybody, we don't want to foul so we can go try to score.
Yep.
That was the whole thing of D'Antoni.
Yep.
Right? That is what the league was created off of, to have more of those guys in so they can expand the business.
Make it a global game.
So,
global game.
You remember pushing global game. How they going to have a global game if it's too physical and too athletic for them? So they have to figure out ways where they can exist inside of the game.
Wow.
Right? Create more opportunities, bring in more shooters so they can survive. So these guys can become shooters.
He cooking.
No, that makes sense because
they're not ISO players. Who was the best Euro to have handled?
No, I swear that makes sense because when he was just talking, I'm like, man, it feels like a lot of the issue is like the game is like a 3-point game now. Mm-hmm. So it's like everybody just shooting. Nobody's really applying too much skill to get to the basket. Mm-hmm. So when everybody's shooting, you really ain't got to guard a motherfucker because they shooting from the logo or they shooting from 5 feet behind the 3-point line. So that make a lot of sense.
He said that, and I also seen this quote. I wanted to get him saying it verbatim, but Gilbert Arenas blames Europeans for bad defense in the NBA. Get rid of all Europeans. You go to college to learn defense. What college players do Europeans go to? They have no athleticism. They have no speed, no jumping ability. They are a liability on defense. They are 150 euros in the league today. Name the top defenders. None. Just Rudy Gobert and the Greek Freak. Other than that, they are offensive players. Yo, man, it's wild business. AllBall. What do you feel about Gilbert Arenas is banished the Euros from the NBA and they ruined the league's competitiveness or defensive competitiveness?
Now, you know me, I never agree with Gilbert, even though I think he has the best platform on social media, YouTube. When it comes to ball talk, the whole setup, everything, fire. I love what he said. Once again, that's the definition of they scared, but I'm not. I'm gonna tell it how. I'm gonna talk to y'all how we really talk. See, that's what AllBall TV's been about. Y'all gotta remember, we've been around before a lot of people, and our motto is always we're gonna talk how we really talk. And when we by ourselves with our brothers, our friends, our family, our kids, our wives, this is real basketball talk. And them dudes is really going, yo, you know the Europeans is effing up the game. He has a point, even when it was Ginobili and Kukoc in the back, Tony Kukoc in the back in the days. No defense. It's literally no defense. I love what he said. Now, I think he went too far with saying get them all out of here. I don't agree with that. I'm not gonna say they shouldn't play, but Kenyon Martin also, I like what he said. Yo, man, they don't select kids from college no more. College is where you learn defense. They're selecting all the European guys, which is fine, because some of them is great. But there's no defense. Are they the sole reason why? I'm not going to blame it 100% on the Europeans, because it has something to do with the commissioner, like you said, business and things of that nature. So for me, I don't mind the game, but it can't be no defense. I'm sorry. And we shouldn't baby you if you can't play defense. So because Luka going to get cooked, we ain't going to, no. Them guys coming over here, all they do is offense. And big shout out to my man Scalabrini, the White Mamba. He was talking to KG and him, and he also said it. Another guy that played at that level. I can't consider you a great player if you don't play both ends of the floor. I'm not saying you have to be Ron Artest or Defensive Player of the Year, but make the effort. Make the effort. The guys don't guard each other. No, like these guys have no type of like. I feel some way if you score 60 on me. No, so I love what Gilbert said. I agree. I'm not going to blame 100%, but they definitely get damn near 60, 70%. Because like I said, when they come over here, listen, let me ask you this. You think Luka can really guard? What's Luka's position? Point guard?
No, I think he's a small forward.
Okay. Let's just say small. Let's say small forward. What if Luka really got to guard Paul George? You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So for me, it's not fair. It's not fair to the Americans. It's not fair to us.
Right.
It should be fair for everybody. It's not my fault you don't play defense or don't want to learn to play defense or don't want to play defense at all. So for me, it's I agree, man. I agree. I'm not going to say, get rid of the Europeans and they shouldn't play in the league. But I agree with what Gilbert Arenas said. If the game is too rough for them, how they going to be here? Like I said, just imagine somebody going back at Luka. And, have you seen Joker defensively?
Nah, you can't. Whoa, see, he's not as bad as everybody making out to be. He's gotten way better. I gotta totally disagree with the hell you guys are talking about.
Right.
He ain't Luka on defense, and Giannis. He mentioned Giannis, but Giannis ain't really that great either defensively.
Can I ask you a question? How tall is the Joker?
7'2".
You think he's 7'2"?
Yeah.
Okay, he's 7'2". Have you ever seen the Joker block a shot?
Oh, they're saying he's 6'11", actually.
Okay, 6'11". Have you ever seen the Joker block a shot?
No.
That's my point.
That's not that okay, but that's not defense all the way. Just because Dwight Howard was blocking shots, he's defensive player of the year. Some guys look at Jericho Sims, he's super talented, but stay on the floor. It's not about blocking a shot, it's about playing defense, sliding around, showing effort like we talked about last week.
I've seen Jericho Sims block a shot before though. I've never seen a Joker block a shot.
So you think Jericho Sims has more of an impact defensively than Joker?
No,
I don't think so.
No. See, that's no. You listen. You on the whole other side of the street.
I'm not
never putting Jericho Sims and the Joker in the same sentence.
No. I'm talking about defensively. Do you think who's better defensively?
Hold on. Joker, 6'11", 2-time MVP, Finals MVP, champion. Some people consider him already top 10 greatest centers all time. Some people already consider him one of the greatest they've ever seen. I've never seen him block a shot. He's the center. He's the center for the Denver Nuggets. I've never seen him block a shot.
Starcino just said Joker had 2 game-winning blocks in the same week last year.
All right, look. Last year, that's the last time you seen him block a shot.
Right, but to me, it's not like Joker's not as bad as his defense. He's fundamentally way better than Jericho Sims. It's not even close. And I used to fan out for Jericho Sims and his ability, but in that he's a European, he's the lead basically European guy, and he does play defense. And of course, I'm not saying he's Mutombo. He's never going to win Defensive Player of the Year. I'm not talking about that, but I'm talking about just principles in general. To blame this on Europeans, the way he framed it was, I understand how everybody went crazy. Legend of Winter had a great video where he broke down, what is he talking about? Who name all the top 3-point shooters of the current era? 95% of them are American. All the top defensive players, it's a mixture of them.
Yeah, but
it's not the player's fault. It's you're not allowed to play defense in this era.
Yeah, but hold on. All right, yeah, the top 3-point shooters is American, but what Gilbert Arenas said is just 150 Europeans in the league. If we roughed them up and then what? Nah, bro.
But that's not, again, that's not a European style of play. To be honest, that kind of got thrown around a little bit because is there zone defense out there? Like, I'm not even too sure. All these guys ever talk about, Luka and Embiid and Jokic, all say the same thing. And Giannis. it's way harder to play over there in Europe. It's way tougher, way more physical.
That's a lot. Listen. Because something, hold on. Because something is more physical doesn't make it harder. Pause. I'm sorry. You're not going to tell me, because all our guys will go overseas and fry all of them. I'm sick of that notion. Get out of here with that. Hold on. You telling me LeBron, KD, Curry, them guys, man, they go overseas and fry them dudes. Get out. Giannis, that's a lie.
They would. Nobody said they wouldn't fry them. That's not what they're saying. That means
It's
that
not
what you're
harder to
saying
play.
is
Get out of here.
you can't. No. That what they're saying is he's still gonna be LeBron, but he's not averaging 30. That's what he's saying. We got
Why
like
not?
20 guys averaging 30.
All right, watch
Because
this. Wait. Why not?
They broke it down. I'm not gonna break it down for you. They don't want because they actually play the kind of defense that you've been talking about and wanting to see for the last 20 years. Who is the best shooter of all time?
Steph Curry.
Is he European? Am I mistaken here? The whole league changed because of him. The whole league changed because they wanted James Harden to be this iconic guy that he wasn't.
Once again, you said LeBron won't average 30. Why? Because it's tough over there and they play defense, right?
Right.
Right. And they come over here. You think if we was able to play how we supposed to play, you think Luka's still averaging 35?
No.
All right.
That's the point, though. Hold on, but that's the point. If we bring back the defensive rules, Luka's not getting 35. He's not getting the easy way he's gonna have to play defense and be more exposed.
But that's why Gilbert is saying what he's saying. That's why the game, like I said, for me, I love the game. But sometimes watching these games, it's like, yo, it's literally no defense. I'm watching 140 to 138. Yeah, it's exciting, but after a while, it's like, yo, I want to see LeBron and KD match up for the fourth quarter.
And it's harder to do that when you went to a zone defense and everything now is pick and roll, switch. LeBron is the king of doing that. He started that in Miami. So for me, when you talk about, everyone always talks about who's the most influential player in the last 20 years. I got Iverson, but for some reason, everybody says Steph Curry. Yeah, you can't say he's the most, right? And if he's the most influential, why is that? Everyone wants to shoot like him. Well, why is that? The rules allowed it. You can't even touch that guy, even though they do beat him up. But now you got to a point where, so if everyone wants to shoot from the logo like him, the game has gotten away from the paint. And the Euro game is not what Gilbert Arenas is saying. They promoted the game for everyone, not just Euros.
Well, hold on. That was a great point, but you got to remember, Curry, when Curry first came in the league, it was still defense being played. Even when they won that first championship, even them battles with Cleveland, it was still defense being played, and that man got a unanimous MVP. So I'm not going to agree with a certain era he couldn't do what he do, because there was a time where, like LeBron played in all eras. I'm not a big LeBron fan, but I'm not no idiot. He's great. He played in eras where the Boston Celtics, KG and them, Detroit, Ben Wallace and them, and he was demolishing people. So no, you're not going to tell me LeBron ain't going to go overseas and average 30. He might average 40 because he's done it before when it was tough.
But you can't tell me, I'm not going to argue back and forth about whether or not they can play in any era. That's a different story. For me, if it's Steph Curry all of a sudden becomes this phenom, and all the kids look at him and go, oh, I could play like that. Because guarantee you like this, the reason why you even think LeBron could do whatever he does, wherever he goes, is because he's LeBron. He's built like he was built for basketball. Steph Curry don't look like that. He looks like the everyday guy at the YMCA. That was the big appeal to him. So they changed the rules to appeal to the everyday guy and let them believe, oh, you have a chance to play this game. It was never like that. When we watch Mike and we watch these guys, it's like, yo, I'm not on that level. Steph Curry's the guy that made everyone feel like, oh, I could get into the game too. Not just Europeans is my point. Not just Asians. And for him to say these college players all play defense, that's a lie. John Beilein, who works for the Detroit Pistons right now, he's the guy that nobody talks about, won on every damn level, D1, D3, whatever it was in the NBA before Higgins got to West Virginia. John Beilein switched his entire defensive structure up to keep up with this pace. It's all switched. That's not the Euro game. It was David Stern. Of course, they started with the Dream Team. It started with Mike that they're not talking about. Remember, they changed the rules to help Mike out. They changed the rules that the superstars can go be promoted every night and play every single minute of every single game as much as possible. That's when the rule change really started with television in general. Magic, Bird. Then it was Michael Jordan in a McDonald's commercial. That's what changed everything up, in my opinion. Not just the Euros. So I think that it, again, like you said, we love Gilbert Arenas because he's saying, he talks like us. So I ain't mad at him what he's how he's saying whatever. I can't ever be mad about that because I sound like that too. But what you're saying, I gotta disagree with, and I'm gonna do this with the same amount of fervor.
Hey man, well, you know how we do. That's why our platform is the best, because we always gonna respectfully agree to disagree. And I'm gonna just finish mine on this note. I have no problem with none of the European players. A lot of them is great. I disagree with him saying that they all ruined the NBA. I think it played a part, but I get the business part of it. When you want to grow a fan base and you want to go global, you can't have an ugly physical game. Little kids and females don't want to see that. So I get that. But for me, the NBA took it too far to where it's Olay. It's just literally, and there's no, like, I've seen players literally just, like you said, if you YouTube James Harden, that clip of like 3-4 minutes where he just let guys go by and he doesn't get scrutinized, the coach don't put him on the bench. Like, are you kidding me? So for me, I get it. I just think the NBA went too far. Like I said, I like when the Knicks played Detroit and it was a no call. Sometimes you gotta let the players settle it. So for me, I get it, but the NBA took it too far. Adam Silver is taking it way too far to the point where now it's almost like a good all-star game every basketball game. You know, in the playoffs it gets a little tough, but the regular season it's like a great all-star game every game.
That's the problem. It did go too far, but that's the point. That's the business of basketball. The owners, everybody sat there and they made it a point to say, nah, we want to see more points. Same thing with football. I don't like watching football. I dislike football. I don't want to use a strong word, but I do hate it. I can't watch it. That's not football. And it's funny because Tom Brady came out and as soon as he retired, he said he admitted it. Tom Brady won. That's why that ring in Tampa Bay, I don't even count that, Tom. Get out. You got 6. That was not in the real era. You might have 5 if you leave it to me as a New Yorker. We took 2 of yours in the real era because of that, because it was tough to put hands on you. And with basketball, to your point, how many Draymonds can you have in the league doing what the hell they want to do? You can't have, one on each team, 30 of them, because there'll be 30 highlights a night where they're like, do I want my son playing this game?
You can't have that.
Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait. Maybe, I don't know how much time you have. 30 seconds. Can we not have a Draymond on each team? Why not?
No. We can if it's not where people get punched in the face or elbowed in the face. I don't mind being tough. I don't mind a hard foul. But he goes overboard. You cannot have 30 of those in the league. No, you can't. But you can have physical play without hurting somebody, without going across somebody's face, without causing somebody to bleed. You can have physical play without doing that. You can foul somebody hard where you foul them across their arms. You don't have to go across their face. You don't have to. So, no, you can't have 30 Draymonds. But the game needs to be a little bit more physical, or the refs need to get out the way sometimes.
Shout out to you guys in the comments. Robert Paulson, we nothing but love for you. He said Luka played 32 minutes a game in the Olympics, averaged 23. He plays 38 this season and averages 35. He damn near averages a point a minute. John Pettit, I think I've seen you before. No NBA had all-time high ratings around the world with MJ, and that was physical defense. And then ratings dropped after MJ and with rule changes. Yeah, but it's a different era, John Pettit. Like, just listen to what Mark Cuban says, bro. The ratings dropped, but Jordan didn't make this much money for the NBA. They're making $10 billion a year. Back then, it wasn't even making $1 billion. It's a different era. They have too many platforms and podcasts to promote the game on now. It's way different. They can sell jerseys everywhere now.
But also, just real quick, everybody in the chat, we don't really know the numbers. How do we know they lying? They could be lying. That could be an excuse for the game to continue to be more entertaining. I don't know if that's the truth. Well, the numbers went down. Get out. I don't be knowing about none of that's the truth. I just know good basketball and bad basketball. And there's too much bad basketball and not enough good basketball. I'm sorry.